I've come to learn that Avery is from an only mother household. I have to say, I'm pretty disappointed by hearing about this. Andrea, are you sure you're not confusing me with someone else right now? Why would you think that? You're Avery's mom, right? Kelly or something like that? Well, I just never assumed that you'd contact me out of the blue saying things like that. And yes, Avery comes from a single mother household. But what does that have to do with you? Recently, when I came over to meet you, I was surprised. Not even you seem to care that much about your own situation, and I was really left wondering about you. Having a single mother household is really uncool, you know. I was wondering why nobody had ever talked about you both living that way, and I finally had to end up learning about it. Uncool? Andrea, I'm sorry. I really don't have a clue what you're trying to say to me. If you don't get to the point here, I'll never be able to understand you. Of course you don't understand me, do you? The fact that Avery only had a single parent growing up that raised him is way uncool. And it's fair to say that you'll never be able to realize just how uncool the both of you really are. Andrea, are you talking down to me right now? Well, I wouldn't say that I'm talking down to you in any sense, but oh, maybe I am actually. A person like you as Avery's mother is not what I wanted to see. And why are you acting like this right now? Is there even a good reason for you going out of your way today to text me about this? You could say the good reason is to keep you in check, I guess. Keep me in check? For what reason, though? If you really want your son to end up becoming happy with me, please don't come to our wedding, okay? LOL. Huh? I think that the both of us don't want anyone else knowing that you've been his single mother this whole time, right? LOL. If you don't show up, we can just say that his parents weren't able to make it, and we'll leave it at that. But if you did come and had no man to accompany you, then everyone would know the truth. LOL. Even if other people learn about me, it's the truth and there's nothing anyone can do about it. And I'd like to know what's wrong about raising my son in a single-parent household. I made sure to raise Avery into my perfect little man. I never said there was anything wrong with Avery. I'm only saying there's something wrong with you. LOL. With me? You ended up getting thrown away by your husband, and now you'll turn into a lonely and old grandma because of it. Don't you feel that by coming to our wedding, you could curse the two of us or something? If you really want to care about the two of us, stay away from the wedding, please. You can look through the window or something, but just don't come inside the building. What are you talking about? I was thrown out by my husband? Have you never even talked with Avery about any of this? This is going to be Avery and my wedding, so I'd like for you to listen to what I want. And one other thing, don't say anything to Avery that could cause any one of us to regret this, okay? If you end up having him lose trust in me or something, I will never, ever forgive you. If you're praying for your son to end up happy, you have to pray for my happiness as well, right? But don't you feel that all of this is asking way too much from me? I have every single right as Avery's mom to come and see him get married on his very special day. Well, I have nothing else to say to you. Please and thank you, Kelly. And make sure you don't say anything stupid to Avery. You have to make sure that the two of us can remain happy together forever. Say anything stupid? What am I supposed to say then? Avery, have you not spoken to Andrea at all about our situation? About what happened with your dad and about this family?
When you say dad, what do you mean? Of course I told her about him. And everything I could about him, at least. What's going on with you, Mom?
Well, if you've told her about him, that's a start. But I think she's misunderstood something you brought up to her.
Misunderstood something about Dad?
It doesn't really matter. I'm just glad that you did, in fact, talk to her. By the way, how have things been going with wedding preparations? Are you making it by all right? I'm aware that you also have to keep up with work while preparing, but just know that you can take a break whenever you need one.
I'm fine, Mom. I've been doing pretty well, actually, with everything.
Are you and Andrea working well together to get everything worked out?
Actually, Andrea really hasn't done anything to help.
What? But this is the wedding for the two of you, right?
Seems that Andrea is preoccupied with a couple other things right now. She goes home to her parents all the time and has various things happen over there.
Is that so? When I had last talked with her parents and everything, they didn't make it seem like they were all that busy.
Is that so? Well, recently it just seems that Andrea's become really busy. I haven't really had time to worry about what she's been up to. But maybe it's time I checked in with her about it.
Well, she is going to become your wife, right? The both of you are going to be living life together from now on, so it's best that you talk with her whenever you can.
Now that you mention it, there is something that's been on my mind.
What's that been? I shouldn't really have to be thinking about this at all, but you're still not planning to come to the wedding today, right? Huh? Of course I plan on coming to my son's wedding. Well, if that's going to be the case, then I'll let the front know not to let you in, LOL. Excuse me? That's not something you should be telling them on the day of the wedding, right? Didn't I tell you this already before, though? I get that it's hard for you to understand me. To be straightforward, having the mother of a single mother household is too embarrassing for me, so don't come to this wedding. I see that you think you can tell me what to do as though you have some control over me or something. But do you not see what you're asking for right now? I know very well what I want, LOL. I want to make sure that everyone ends up happy. And to make that possible, I have to get you as far away from us today as possible. I want to make sure that Avery can enjoy today without the embarrassment of a single and old mom in the room. I bet that a woman like you is trying to bleed your son dry of all of his money, right? I really hate the thought of that. So I think I'll have us cut ties with you as well. You're even going as far as to tell me that now? You really have little clue of what you're talking about. About what, LOL? If you want to make sure that the two of us have a wonderful life together, you have to sacrifice any connections you have to us, right? A wonderful life, huh? You're saying that me not coming to the wedding will help Avery become happy and have a wonderful life. That's what I'm saying, LOL. I'm aware that Avery has never told you this, but I think he really sees you as a strain on his image. And so, a poor and selfish grandma doesn't need to be here today. We can just keep the fact that you raised him all by yourself as a secret between us. So if you really care about your son and daughter-in-law, then don't come to our wedding. Understood. I won't go. And I'd like for you to cut ties with us as well. I no longer want to hear anything from or see you ever again. Well, up until now, I've never once been the one to contact you. It's always been you contacting me to ask about things or make rude remarks. Well, from now on, I don't want you texting or calling your son either. I just want to make sure you enjoy suffering as a lonely woman all the way until you keel over. Now, I'm going to get ready to enjoy my wedding. Have fun, Andrea. I will do as you wish and stay away from that wedding for you. But I'm sure you'll soon see that me not being there will result in a few problems for you. But if that's what you want from me, then I have no choice. Now, I'll be going. You plan on coming to the wedding, right? Huh? What are you talking about now? I told you that I'm doing as you wanted and am not coming to that wedding anymore. That should be good enough for you, right? Now goodbye. But that's going to screw me! I want to call you right now, so please answer this time. And please come here and attend our wedding. You told me again and again to make sure to never come to that wedding. So why have you had a change of heart? I'm having a really hard time understanding you now, even more than I did before. It looks like my parents are going to get really upset with me if you don't come here. Really? I'm not really sure myself, but when I said that you might not make it today, they got all worked up. I suppose that would happen. Huh? What do you mean? When they learned that I raised a powerful man like my son all by myself, they felt as though I deserved to be happy myself for all my hard work. So they planned to have me at this wedding today to show me that my son would be marrying a supposedly amazing woman like their daughter. And what's even more surprising is the fact that because my son is doing so well for himself, he's become a customer of your family's company. But you ended up telling the mother that raised such an amazing man to stay away from his own wedding. I'd assume that if the wedding gets canceled, that wouldn't be too out of the ordinary, right? They respect you? Why? I knew that my dad's company works with Avery as he's one of the company's customers and all, but, well, I was able to make him into such a respectful and hardworking young man all by myself. And because of that, your parents really respect me for everything I had to sacrifice for Avery. Even Avery really respects me for what I did. And I'm so lucky that he's always there to tell me that. You're the only one that seems to differ, though. You seem to think that because I was a single mother, it's okay to make fun of me. You even went as far as to ask me to stay away from the wedding and to cut ties with you after all. That's what they're thinking about? Well, I've been thinking about what'll happen after we get married. I know that for the two of us to become happy, we no longer need you around. And that's the selfish idea you've stuck with, correct? What makes Avery happy is his choice. And I know dang well that to him, he'd never think of cutting ties with me to make himself happy. I think that your ego is getting in the way of everything, especially your marriage. But in reality, all you care about is the fact that the money you plan to use will go away if he stays in touch with me, correct? You don't like the idea of that, do you? Huh? You hate thinking about the thought of me one day asking him for all his money as I get older, right? And that's why you decided that the only way to fix your problem of having me around is to get rid of me as soon as possible. That's not exactly... And it looks as though you thought getting rid of me would be easy. But you don't have the permission of either your own parents or my son in doing something as self-centered as that. Have you been unaware this whole time of the fact that your parents and Avery like me and want to respect me? I think you should start looking at life through a clear set of eyes, ones that aren't obstructed by your selfishness. Well, I never knew something like this could happen. Avery has been looking around for you to see where you're at and wants you back here right now. I'm not going there now. You wanted me out of the place. Huh? So you're really not coming to see our wedding? Of course. Why don't you take a little responsibility for what you asked for? And another thing before we're done here. I know that you've been making fun of me as if my husband had left me long ago and had me take Avery from him as well. But really, all that happened was my husband passing away. Avery told me that he told you all about what happened, but it seems you didn't listen to him, right? I didn't know about that. I guess I might not have heard him. That's right. I asked Avery about this. He tells me that every so often you seem to go into a world of your own. Why's that? Huh? I don't have a world of my own. What if I told you that I know the reason why? What do you want to say to me? Up until now, Avery and I have worked together to make sure that the both of us survived. But Avery and I never thought I'd be asked to stay away from the wedding. When I told him about that, he said he had something on his mind regarding you. Come back here right now, please. Can you please not tell him about any of this? I understand now that you're freaking out and would love for me to be there, but I'm through with you. I cannot be asked to come to a wedding for someone as irresponsible as you. And to make sure you pay for everything you've said to me, I'm going to let them all know. I've let them all know about how you've been cheating on my son. Huh? What are you talking about, Kelly? There's no way I'd ever do that. Stop saying things like that to me. You might have thought nobody knew about what you were doing, but I made sure to do some research on you. On me? I had wanted my son to end up being happy with you, and so I wasn't going to look into anything. But now that I have, and after the ways you've treated me, I have to say that I do not agree with this wedding, and so that's why I'm not going. Of course, I'm planning on telling Avery about you cheating on him, and I hope that means he'll take action against you, like getting a settlement. I'm sure your parents are tired of you as well, right? Wait, please, Kelly. You're going way too far now. Don't you feel like you've done enough to me already? Please, just come to the wedding and just forget about anything that's happened between us. I just want for this wedding to get back on track and for your son and I to be happy. Can we act like none of this has ever happened? Andrea, you can't take back everything you've said to me now. And now you're going to have to live with the regrets of all the actions you've taken until now. I can see that you both won't be married anymore, so good job. Next time, you should try a little better at gaining everyone's respect. At least this time you didn't have to have some moneyless grandma at your wedding, right? Well, it doesn't matter, because your wedding has gone to crap anyway, LOL. And just after I had finished talking with Andrea, I let my son know about what was going on, and he canceled the whole wedding. And it seems after that, they even said goodbye to any chance of getting married. Then, once both her parents realized what had happened, they expressed their clear disappointment in her and said for her to never come back to their house. Andrea anticipated getting married to Avery and moving in with him, so she had already quit her job. But now she realizes she's going to be without any money and went into an extreme panic. And as for the man she was with behind Avery's back, he learned she had no more money and threw her away as well. And so, in the end, Andrea lost everything due to her selfishness. I'd say this is a great case of her getting what she asked for, and I hope that the next time she finds a man to marry, she acts a bit wiser about how she treats their parents. Well, that's if there is another man. LOL.
Hey, Nora. Hi, Maia. I'm actually surprised that you contacted me. Why are you surprised? I text you often. No, you don't. Last time you texted me was 4 months ago. Did something happen? Do you need my help with something? Nope. I just wanted to know if you heard about me getting married. Yeah, I did actually. Congratulations. I wish you the best. Oh, I just remembered that you were there at the cafe that I went to with a group of friends when I talked about it. Oh, never mind. Thanks. How about the wedding? Nope. Never heard or got told about it. Oh, great. I don't want you to come, so I just wanted to make sure. What? Why? You heard me. Don't think about coming, okay? If you come, the wedding will be ruined. Too bad you're going to miss out on my big wedding. It's going to be at the very expensive hotel, and a few celebrities will be there. My fiancé is pretty rich, so I wanted to make it fancy. Good for you. But what do you mean I'm not invited, though? Did I do something that will ruin the wedding? You have prosthetic legs. That's why. What does that have to do with ruining your wedding? I think you just have a problem with me, right? Maybe so. Listen, I just don't want a person like that to come to my wedding because it just looks weird. Looks weird? We are not different from other people. That's so rude. Are you realizing what you're saying right now? We have the same rights, feelings, and dreams just like everyone else. And deserves respect, not discrimination. Sorry, but that's just my opinion. Oh, I can't believe that you were this kind of person. You will regret what you said someday. Anyways, just wanted to say that I can walk by myself and walk better than you ever will. I went through hard rehab, and I'm proud of myself. So do not talk shit about having prosthetic legs. I will seriously punch you in the face if you do. Yeah, whatever. Sorry. But nothing will change, even though you just said that. So don't come, okay? I don't go places unless I'm invited, so don't worry about that. It's a promise. Okay. If you ruin my wedding, I will never forgive you. Yeah, okay. Hey, Curtis. I got your wedding invitation. This is, a speed marriage. I never met your fiancé because I never had the time. Sorry about that. Can I ask you something about it?
Oh, it came? Good to hear. You'll come, right? Please, don't tell me that you have plans that day. No worries. You sometimes go on business trips and work overtime, so I thought it would disturb you if I sent something. You're still in the Philippines now, right?
Yes, I should be home the day before the wedding, and don't have any plans that day, so I can go. Thanks for the thoughtfulness, but you could have sent me something like, hey, I got married, or something.
Great. I'll be so bummed if you can't come. Sorry. I thought you didn't want to hear anything stupid while you were working. Anyways, what do you need to know?
How is this stupid? You're getting married. Oh, can you tell me where your fiancé works?
Why do you want to know?
There's a person with the same name at my company, so I was just wondering if it's her.
Really? But it might be someone different because she should be working at an insurance company.
Then it must be someone else. Sorry for asking. I will try and see her at the company next week, just in case, though.
Yeah, if it's someone else, I'll be so surprised, because that'll mean that there's someone with the same name nearby.
True that. That never happened to me before, so it might be a funny experience. Maybe we should let them meet up. Anyways, I will be attending the wedding. I need to go see my little brother on his big day.
They can be enemies or besties. I'm so glad that you can come, Nora. I appreciate you and love you. You're the best sister in the whole world.
That's very sweet of you. But don't say that in person, because it's embarrassing, okay?
It's nothing embarrassing. I'll say that all day, every day. All I'm doing is expressing my feelings for you.
Thanks. Hey, just wondering if I won't be told that I'm not allowed to be at the wedding because I have prosthetic legs. I just want to make sure because there are still people who still discriminate me.
People who say that are shitty and have nothing to do. Who has the nerve to say something like that? At least I'm sure no one I know is that insane to say things like that. Do you have anyone in mind? If you do, I'll kick their ass.
Don't worry. I just wanted to ask you, even if there is someone, you don't need to know that much, you know?
If there's someone who makes fun of your prosthetic legs, I will never forgive that person. Let me know if something happens, okay?
I think I'll be able to handle it by myself.
Nora, you always handle everything by yourself. Please, let me help you.
Okay. Thanks, Curtis. I will let you know. Looking forward to the wedding.
See you there. Have a safe flight back.
Nora, did you forget what I said about today? Maya, what the hell is wrong with you? Did you really need to attack me? You literally kicked me from the back. What the hell did I do? Why are you here? I specifically told you not to show up. I just asked you if you heard about the marriage and wedding. That's it. I never invited you. Why did you text me about it then? I want to brag about it to everybody because I'm in the middle of the happiest time of my life. Wow, you really are something. Can't even find a word. I never met a person like you before. I think the other reason why you attacked me was because you're pissed that we work at the same company, right? I was wondering because your last name is not that common. Yes. Why didn't you tell me that? I thought you knew because you always visit different departments to chat instead of working. I never saw you in the office. Plus, it's not chatting. I'm just talking with people about ideas for the project. That's because I really don't stay at the office that much. I need to visit a few clients every day. Are you sure about that? One of my friends who works at your department said that you only talk about nails, shopping, makeup, and even look at TikTok videos. It's not a place to socialize. You get paid. So you go outside almost every day? Well, that's not fair. I wish I can go outside too. Who said that, by the way? Hey, some people can get ideas from those topics. And also, I look at TikTok videos to think about marketing plans. Our job doesn't have anything to do with those topics. And what do you mean it's not fair? Do you want to experience my job once? It's not easy. Plus, you'll probably panic and say that you don't want to do it anymore. Plus, you just want to go outside to grab coffee or go shopping, right? There is no need to tell you who told me that. But you not arguing back means that it's true. That's not true. Anyways, please do me a favor and tell that person to watch out for me. because I will do something. Absolutely not. Stop making threats. And why don't you put that energy on your job instead? You know what? I don't want to talk about this now because my wedding is going to start in like 30 minutes. And need to touch up on my makeup. And don't piss me off anymore, because I break out easily. I went to a really expensive bridal aesthetic salon yesterday. When are you leaving? My plan was to break you after I attacked you, and make you leave the wedding because you are just a waste of space. You also thought that you could come too, just because I invited some of our colleagues, right? I will never break down because I'm mentally strong, unlike you. So your plan didn't work. And of course not. Do you want to know why I'm here? Yeah, whatever. I wonder why. Oh, I know. You just came to ruin the wedding because you're jealous, right? So that's why I attacked you before you did anything. Now you understand that you don't belong here. Go home, right now, or else I will kick you again. I'm not jealous at all, but okay then. Can I ask you to do me a favor? If you're leaving, sure. Say hi and congratulations to my little brother for me. I also have a gift that I want to give to you too. I left it on the table near the entrance. I don't want anything from you. Wait, little brother? Who? Curtis. You don't have to be so rude, you know. What? Curtis? You better stop lying. You're just saying that because you want to stay here, right? I'm not. You'll eventually know. I don't want to stay here any longer because of you. Plus, something is wrong with my prosthetic legs, so I will be going. Please do. Get the hell out. Bye. Enjoy your wedding. What do you want? You called me like 300 times. Stop blowing up my phone. You're wasting battery. Where are you? Can you come back? What are you talking about? You told me to go home, so I'm heading there, but slowly. I need you to come back right now, because if you don't, it's going to be a problem for me. It's not for me, so I won't go back. Let me guess. You're panicking because Curtis told you that I'm his sister, right? You probably thought that I was lying, but it's the truth, honey. Why didn't you tell me? I told you. You didn't listen or believed me. I'm listening now. Yeah, and it's too late. He will be furious if he finds out that you attacked me. Actually, if you're listening to me now, do you know why I got prosthetic legs? No, I don't. When Curtis was about 11, we almost got hit by a truck, and I saved him, resulting the tire to run over my legs, shattering it. So I needed to have both of them amputated. What? Seriously? Yes. Do you think you can still disrespect me now? I didn't know about this. Yeah, the reason he never talks about this is because he feels guilty about it. He tells me that he sometimes sees nightmares about this incident. Oh, so that's why he cries sometimes while sleeping. Oh, wait. He's so pissed at me. Of course, my brother and I have a stronger bond than you think. Why? How did he find out? Few people saw me kicking you. Not just few. Actually, a lot of people. You did it in the lobby. So there were guests there, so maybe someone from my family or friends let him know. Or maybe one of the colleagues. Lucky that you weren't caught by security. I didn't expect someone to see me. Do you not know what a lobby is? It's a big hall where people enter. I know what a hobby is. I'm not an idiot. I didn't think anyone was watching me since it was early. It doesn't matter if it was an early time or not. You're psycho to attack and kick out your fiance's sister. Curtis said the same thing to me. Am I the bad guy here? Of course. All I did was show up to my little brother's wedding, but you chose violence. Isn't that all, though? Excuse me? It's bad enough. Look, I will apologize about this. I'm so sorry, and it's from the bottom of my heart. Can you explain this situation to Curtis for me? He only listens to you. What situation? This. Can you tell him that I misunderstood something, but I apologize, so everything is okay now? Seriously? Do you think that I will forgive you? Come on, please. If you do, he will forgive me and marry me. You really only think about yourself, huh? Sorry, but I will tell him everything. You don't need to attack me like that, you know. Please, if you don't do anything, you might call off the wedding. So what? Doesn't matter to me. By the way, I learned something interesting about you. You lied to Curtis about your job, right? No, I didn't. Yes, you did. You told me that you've been working full-time at an insurance company for 3 years, but in reality, you're just a temp at our company and only been working for 3 months, right? So what? The fact that I work at a company is true, though. It is, but they are different industries. Plus 3 years and 3 months are totally different. You were pretending to be this elite, high-class woman, even if you're not. I had to, or else he wouldn't have married me. There were a lot of bitches who were going after him, so I wanted to win. Which I did. It was the best feeling. You can't lie and marry someone. Sometimes you need to in order to win. Also, did you say that you won? So you married him because you won and not because you love him? No. That's not what I meant. I love him, okay? Speaking of Curtis, where is he? He's with me now. What? He's supposed to be with me. It's our wedding. He was very worried about me, so he looked for me. Anyways, he said that he's calling off the wedding because you lied to him and you hurt me. He's actually calling his family, relatives, and friends that the wedding is canceled. What? Call off the wedding? He would never do such a thing. He's serious. He also saw the whole conversation we just had. Oh my god. What should I do? Oh, please help me. Don't ask me, because there is nothing that I can do. I will file a police report on you, though. Wait, what? Hell no. I will not let you do that. I got attacked and got hurt. Don't tell me that you didn't do anything because there were witnesses. I will also claim damages for my prosthetic legs. Seriously? Aren't they expensive? Yes, they are. But you broke it. So it's your responsibility. It sounds like you don't have any savings. So I hope you don't end up in debt. I don't. So can you do something about this, please? I will do anything. Sorry, but there's nothing I can do. Pay for this and regret what you've done. I'm so screwed. My wedding got called off and my parents will probably cut ties with me because they're pissed right now. And my colleagues will give me the cold shoulder from now on. Don't forget, might get fired or your contract won't be renewed. What? Seriously? Yeah, my friend who works at the HR just told me that. I can send you the text I got from her if you don't believe me. I'm so sorry for attacking you, breaking your prosthetic legs and making rude comments. I won't from now on. So can you forgive me? Can you talk to your friend and ask if it's okay for me to stay? Absolutely not. I will not forgive you whatsoever. My wedding is off, and Curtis just told me that I needed to pay for the cancellation fee. I'm also going to lose my job, too. Don't you feel bad for me? Nope. You deserve this. I am so glad that you're not going to be in our family. Curtis dodged a bullet. Thank God. Please don't say that, and help me. Why? We're colleagues, right? Yeah, and sorry, but I won't help a bitch like you. All I can say is good luck with everything like searching for jobs, partner, and paying off the debt. Also, I think the police should arrive there, so we will go back to the hotel to explain the whole thing. Don't ever think about taking back Curtis. Okay? Bye! Maia tried to reach out to me, but I blocked her. She was questioned by the police about the attack, and the cost of repairing the prosthetic leg was more expensive than she had imagined. As a result, she had to get in debt because she also needed to pay for the wedding cancellation fee. She felt awkward staying at the company, so she quit, and now lives in the middle of nowhere. I heard she is working long hours at her new company, but still is struggling to pay off the debt, so she tried to ask her parents, but they already cut ties with her, so she has nobody left. She lost her job, fiancé, and family, and is in despair, but this is all her fault. I hope she regrets everything and starts her life over.
Thank you so much for today. But I'm sure you have no idea why I'm thanking you, LOL. I think I'll just let you know right now, though.
Julia, what is going on with you? First of all, thank you for coming so far to talk to me. I want you and Billy to both enjoy your lives together from now into the future.
Yeah, sure, you don't have to worry about us, LOL. By the way, Anne, I don't think I have to be asking this, but you're not planning on living together with the two of us, right?
Huh? Well, I haven't really thought about any of that yet. Why are you bringing that up with me now?
Oh, thank God, LOL. I would never be able to handle living with you in this house. I don't have the time to even tell you how much I'd hate it if you became a parasite that got attached to us.
Julia, what are you continuing to go on about? I really don't understand what you're trying to get at by saying all these things to me.
You really are a poor thing, Anne.
Huh?
I'm sure that it would have helped if you had a better understanding of me and my feelings right now, but I'm trying my best to deal with you right now, LOL. What I've been trying to ask for is that you stay away from the two of us, LOL.
Can you please calm down for just a moment, Julia? I'm still not perfectly sure what you were trying to say to me, but you're making it pretty clear that you're acting rude towards me. Why are you doing this? What do you want from me? If you want something from me, then please tell me outright. And even though you seem to think it, I don't feel as though I'm a poor thing.
Well, you should think of yourself that way. You live by yourself in a rundown house and have little money to your name, LOL. That's pretty sad to think about, right? So this whole time has been me just trying to help you realize the situation you're in.
Well, thank you for explaining something to me that wasn't necessary. I can't deny that the house I'm in right now is pretty run down. But calling me moneyless isn't quite as true. I'm still in my 50s as well, although I'll soon be going into my 60s. But just because I'm at this age, you really think you can get away with calling me all those things?
Oh, don't you think you're just being a little nice to yourself right now about all of that? LOL. To me, you are definitely an old woman with nothing in her savings. To everyone, being over the age of 50 makes you an old woman. LOL.
But when you think of how long people are living for these days, can you really call someone in their 50s that old? I'm only halfway there, really. Well, none of that really matters right now anyway. What does matter is why you came to me to say all of those things. What are you planning? You're talking about the wedding between you and Billy? Of course I'd be coming to the wedding for my boy. Why wouldn't I?
But I want to create some distance between ourselves and you. And Billy is asking for the same thing, so don't you feel that that's the right thing to do?
Billy has said that as well. There's no way my son would ever say anything like that about me. Especially when up until this point, him and I have done so well together making sure we're both doing okay.
But I think that he's at his limits of taking care of a grandma like you. And instead of thinking about a poor old woman, he needs to start thinking about his future with me as his wife. LOL.
I don't think that's what he thinks, though. And you should be aware that I have no plans of ever getting in the way of your two's future with one another. I don't know why you keep thinking that I'd be such a bother to you both.
Well, I've explained what I want from you, so give up on trying to come to my wedding, okay? If you really want the two of us to live happily with one another, you need to listen to what I ask.
Can you please give me some time to think about this? I have something to ask about your wedding that's coming up.
Thanks for today, Mom. I know that we weren't able to stick around for very long, but it was great coming and seeing you before the wedding. And I'm glad that you were able to talk with Julia for once.
Has Julia said anything to you about me?
Like what?
About me in general? Or the house? This house is a bit old after all, right? I just think to most young people, they wouldn't be able to understand a place like this.
She hasn't really said anything to me, though. She just said that she was happy to have met you. She even called you Mom when talking with me. And she thinks that the two of you will get along very well.
Is that so? Does she really think that of us?
Well, she did say that to me, at least. Why are you doubting that? You're acting a bit strange right now, Mom. Did something happen with you?
Well, nothing in particular, I think. I just want to make sure you're okay with me still coming to your wedding, right? Julia hasn't said anything to you about me not coming, right?
Huh? What are you talking about? What would happen to me if you didn't come? Dad has already gone now, so not having you at the wedding would make me feel way too lonely. So please come, Mom.
That's what I thought. Alrighty. I must have just misunderstood some things is all. There are times it's hard to understand the other party when texting, right?
But I want to know what happened.
Nothing happened. Something between myself and I. Well, I'm really looking forward to that wedding of yours.
I just happened to see you out of the corner of my eye. Why are you here right now, Anne?
Oh, what do you mean?
I'll ask the security to have you tossed out of here. But if you don't want to make a huge deal out of all this, I ask that you leave right now.
You're saying that you want to have me tossed out. But today is my son's wedding. I just assumed that the conversation we had last time was a misunderstanding and that was all. But I guess I really didn't misunderstand you.
Misunderstanding? What are you talking about, Anne? You are not part of my family, so hurry up and just go home. If you don't leave this place in the next 5 minutes, I'll have security on your butt and you'll be carried out of here.
So you're going to continue to demand that of me then? And what do you mean I'm not family? I am Billy's mother.
I am aware of that. But we're going to cut ties with you, and then you'll no longer be a part of the family.
Why are you saying things like that to me? Why would you want to cut ties with me? There's no way that Billy is okay with you saying things like that.
It doesn't matter to me what Billy has to say, LOL. We're married now, so he can't do anything about me. And since I'm his wife, my word is the law.
But you cannot just decide for my son to have you both cut ties with me right after you only just got married.
No matter how you feel about it, you're not going to stop me. I've already made up my mind on this. The moment I came over to your house to see you and saw how old that place was, I already knew that you couldn't continue to be related to me. I don't care that you are my mother-in-law. I want you out of this wedding right now.
Then I guess I'll go home. But you won't be getting any of the inheritance.
Do you even have anything to give us, LOL?
I'm going to do as you've asked and head home. But you're really okay with cutting ties to me, right? If that's the case, then I'll do the same and stay as far away from you as I can. So let's cut ties.
There's no way I can see myself taking care of some old and moneyless woman in the future, LOL. And since Billy is your boy, you'd probably try to rely on him for money. So I want to make sure we end things before all of that happens. Just seeing that house you live in was the final decider for me. I could tell that you'd want to come live with us after the wedding, and that's just not happening on my watch. LOL.
I'm very certain that you're going to regret all these misconceptions you've had of me all this time. You poor, poor thing. Now, I'll be leaving.
Get lost, you loser! LOL, we have a wedding to carry out now.
Please enjoy your wedding. And enjoy the fact that I won't be there.
Anne, where are you right now? Hurry up and come back to the wedding, please.
Hurry up. Why would I do that? I have no intentions of going back there.
I heard about everything from Billy. I think that I had a small misunderstanding of you.
A small one, huh? Really? LOL. To me, it seems my son told you about the reality of things and now you're freaking out.
This is what Billy told me, but he said that you have $3 million in your savings. Is he being serious?
Even Billy was panicked when I told him how much I've had saved in my bank account for the future.
So that must mean he really was telling the truth. He told me that your house is also on the market for a huge price. Is that really something that can happen with a house like that?
Well, the way you've been thinking about everything is only something you seem to be confused by. But in the case of that old rundown house you kept complaining about, it has a lot of land that goes all the way into the mountains. We also have some land that's been lent out to farmers in the area, and they all work hard and give us a share of the profits.
Wait, what? So you're saying that all those farms and the land all around your house belongs to you?
Well, simply put, yes. And at this point in time, I've been talking with the city to turn some of my land in the mountains into a campground. And as a gift for the two of you due to the wedding, I was planning on giving you guys a bit of my land.
Wait, are you serious? To the both of us?
But it seems I was a bit too late in telling you about that. You made it very clear to me already that no matter what I do now, you want to cut ties with me. So the inheritance and the land that I plan to give to the both of you will now be going to Billy's younger brother and to his wife.
What? You're lying, right?
Well, there's nothing I can do now. You said you were cutting ties with me, and so I promised to do the same. After all, You looking down on me so much just based on the observations you made because of my house shows just how serious you are about wanting me gone.
But what was I supposed to think of you? I never thought anything would come from someone living in that shack, and now it's hard for me to believe that you actually have that kind of money.
Well, that's too bad for you. Maybe next time you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. But everything you've been told is all facts. But I do still have one last thing that I want to tell you about.
One more thing. What is that?
Me planning on remodeling this house and having everything updated to give away to you both as a condo has all been ended. I realize now that it's not worth putting that much effort into this house for someone as ungrateful as you.
Huh? A condo?
Even though I never once said that I wanted to live with the two of you, you continued to think that's the only thing I'd want from you two. And so you've lost the privilege of getting this house. But at least now you'll be able to cut ties with me, right? I'm totally fine with giving you that as a wedding gift over a house and some land. But there is one thing still bugging me, and that's that I don't want to cut ties with my baby boy. So since you have gone out of your way to make it well known that you don't like me, I can no longer agree with you marrying my boy.
Oh, what should I do, Anne? Billy is telling me that he no longer wants to get married to me. Did you demand him leave me behind like this?
Did I demand him? Why would I ever demand him to do anything? He's old enough now where he makes all his choices on his own. I think he has every right to make his own choices, and so I haven't done anything to make him leave you. But you did say that you want to cut ties with me, as well as kicked me out of you guys' wedding. So perhaps he had something wrong with all of that helped him make a decision.
Well, why? I can't believe that he'd want to give up on marrying me. Why is this happening?
Why don't you go and talk with him about it then? And even if you wanted my advice, I wouldn't give it to you since you're not my family anymore. You're the one that told me you wanted me out of the family, right? Now, I'll be going.
Wait a sec. Anne?
I'm not going to just wait around all day for you to take some sort of responsibility for your mistakes, LOL. Billy has just told me this. He said that he realizes that he doesn't want to marry someone that decides on people being significant or not just based on their money. If that's what he's told me, then I think you're at the end of your luck, Julia. This is the result of all that judgment you used on me to try and make you feel as though I had nothing to offer.
But I never thought something like this was going to happen because of you. I just wanted to protect the future him and I were going to have together from you.
What? Are you kidding, LOL? Are you sure it wasn't just you trying to take advantage of Billy by getting me out of the picture? You thought that if I were still around, I'd rely on him more for his money and so that I could live with you both, and that you wanted his money all for yourself. That's why you had me kicked out of the wedding and wanted me to never see you both again. You weren't thinking of protecting your guys' future. You were just thinking about yourself and how best to take advantage of my son. Well, it's not like telling you all of this now is going to make a difference, though. LOL. You've already created a mess for everyone. And telling you what you did wrong and what your true intentions were won't help any of us. Anyway, it seems that your wedding has been canceled. And I don't think you and I will ever see one another again. So have a great life. In the end, Billy caught on to all the terrible things Julia was doing and the things she had planned to do with him and I. So he told her they were no longer getting married. Julia tried to salvage everything she'd destroyed between her and Billy by finding me and apologizing to me over and over again, but I wasn't having any of it, and she soon stopped and left. When she realized that there really wasn't anything more she could do to save herself, she ran back to her parents' house, only to find that they weren't home yet and the house was all locked up. She tried calling them a bunch of times, only to learn that after seeing the embarrassment of their daughter at the wedding, they wanted to erase those memories as quick as they could. And so they both took a trip out of state and planned to be gone for a long time. Her dad then left her with one last message, and that was that she was no longer allowed to live with them and would be better off finding somewhere else to go. Julia had lost the chance to gain some money and a nice house with some land, and Billy was able to take the chance to get rid of an over-judgmental woman like her. To both myself and Billy, we're both okay with the wedding and marriage not working out, as it meant keeping Julia out of the family. And the money. Billy is now living back at my house with me and has begun to work on renovating the place, as well as started talking with a construction company to work on building a separate place for himself to live in on my property. But little does he know, after all he had to go through with Julia, I think I'll give him the renovated house, and he can let me stay in the smaller place he plans to have built.
Riley, I just heard about you from Mom. You ended up getting pregnant? I'm sure that'll be tough for you, but try and do your best.
Thanks for reaching out to me, Keith. It's been a long time since we've last talked, right? We haven't even seen each other since your wedding, I think. Once I've had my baby, you guys should come over to see them. But I'm sure you guys are pretty busy.
You're right about that. I've had a lot of business trips recently, and so I've been all tied up. But I think I'll be back in Ohio soon, so I look forward to visiting you guys.
It must be pretty hard on Jessica as well, right? You being out of the house all the time and such?
Well, a lot of the time, Jessica will just go back to her parents while I'm gone. I'm sure she has fun by herself while I'm gone.
Oh, I doubt that, Keith. I bet she's always feeling lonely not having you around with her.
And that might also be true. I've been thinking of asking my company if it'd be okay to take a break from all the business trips for a while now, so that I can spend more time with her.
And that would mean a lot to her, I'm sure.
Well, for the time being, take care of yourself. When the time comes that you've had the baby, I'll talk with you again.
Thank you. And stay safe over there, Keith. I'm sure you like having a lot of work to focus on, but just make sure you're not overdoing it. Well, next time you're back in Ohio, let me know.
Riley, how have things been for you? I heard that you've gotten pregnant. Congratulations. Are you getting close to term?
Jessica, thanks for texting me. And I'm doing well, thanks. It's been a while since I've talked with you. I've only just found out that I'm pregnant, so it'll be a while yet before I am due.
Is that so? Well, when it comes to that, I hope you don't get Keith too worked up over it.
What do you mean by that?
Well, you know how Keith has his troubles with anxiety, right? I know that he's already having issues worrying about himself and all, and he has to always worry about leaving me here while he's out of state. So, do you mind not really talking too often with him about your situation?
Oh, you have a good point. He does tend to become a bit worked up when things are troubling him. Usually him and I don't text too often anyway, but you're right thinking that I should try to not get him any more worried than he already is.
Right? So, do you think you can hold off on contacting him at all for a little while?
Wait, hold off on contacting him in general?
That's right. That'd be the best way of handling all of this. He's already worked up enough trying to stay in touch with me while he's gone, and I think even after he comes back, you should try and keep some distance from him. I don't want him worrying more than he already does about you. All right? You're his little sister after all, so you should want what's best for him, right?
Is he really having that big of a problem with his anxiety right now?
He's going through a lot. He's busy with work every day, and he just wants to be back here with me, but this year is looking pretty tough for him, so can you please listen to what I'm asking?
I understand what you mean now. I had no idea about his whole situation. And I completely get why you'd be so worked up over this as well. I'll make sure to try my best to leave him alone from now on. I think that I'll give him a text when I do have my baby, but until then, I'll make sure not to stress him out at all.
And when you have that baby, you can just let me know instead, and I'll pass it on to him.
Huh? Are you sure about that?
Yeah, because I'll be able to tell the perfect time when he should get that kind of news. So, from now on, if you have anything you'd like to tell Keith, do you mind checking with me first?
I really never knew he was having that bad of a time.
His anxiety has been the origin of all his stress lately. So, if he ends up texting or calling you about anything, please don't respond to him. When that happens, just let me know right away. Depending on how you handle all of this will result in how well his mental health stays above the water.
What? He's really having that difficult of a time dealing with everything?
But you don't have to worry that much about him. We are a couple, so I'll make sure to care for him.
Well, if you think you'll be okay with him, then I guess I can leave you both alone. Jessica, please take good care of Keith while he's away.
You can leave him with me. I'll make sure he's all taken care of.
Well then, if anything happens that he needs to know about, I'll make sure to contact you first. For the time being, enjoy your time at your parents' house.
Are you not embarrassed by what you've done?
Huh? Keith, long time no see. Why are you talking to me like that all of a sudden?
You know very well what I'm talking about. I've never once thought you were this careless of a person until now. I'm not only completely disappointed in you, but also just horrified. Do you not feel any responsibility for any of this? Do you think after giving birth you don't have to bother anymore?
What the heck are you talking about, Keith? We haven't even been talking to one another for a long time now, but now you've come out of nowhere talking to me like that? What happened? Can you explain to me everything in detail so that I can understand all of this?
Even after approaching you like this, you still don't have a clue. Well, whatever. I'm at my limits now, so I'll have to tell you bluntly. You've been handing your baby off to my house every day.
Huh? What does that mean?
I'm not gonna let you act like you don't remember any of this. And what you've been doing is the worst thing any mother could do to their child. I misjudged you.
Hold on, man. LOL. Are you sure you're not just extremely jet-lagged right now? I literally have no idea what you're on about, Keith.
Are you kidding me? Even though you come to my house every day and leave your baby here? And then on weekends, you don't even come back for your baby? What the hell is this?
Huh? Are you saying someone's leaving a kid at your house?
It's your baby, Riley. You're the one that keeps leaving it here, so who else's baby could it be?
Alright, so what I'm getting from this is that there is in fact a child at your house right now. But that kid is not my kid. So can you stop trying to think that it is and getting all upset at me?
You think you could play dumb here and tell me lies like that? For the longest time now, I've been up all night because your baby won't stop crying. Why do you keep doing this to me? Isn't it messed up of you to leave your baby with my wife every day, forcing us to care for it? I'm no longer going to take care of it. And if you don't come over here right now to apologize to my wife, I'm cutting ties with you.
But my baby is still in my belly.
Huh? Then what's this baby doing here?
I don't have a clue whose kid that is. And I have not been coming to your house to drop off any babies. I still have a baby inside me and can barely even go out often these days.
Huh. Then what is going on here?
Well, there's no use in asking me because I don't know either. LOL. Who the heck's kid is that? And who told you that it was my kid in the first place?
Jessica told me that she's had to take care of your kid all the time.
What? But I haven't even given birth to my baby yet, so how is she taking care of it all this time? It's still a while out until I'm supposedly due.
Then why? What the hell is up with this kid?
Well, I can see that you've come back home then. Why didn't you tell me anything when you came back? I told you to tell me when you get home so we could check up on one another, right?
I was told not to try talking to you. I was told that you've been having a lot of anxiety about your baby, and that talking to you would only make you more stressed. So I assumed that it wasn't the best time for a while.
What? But I still haven't even gotten around to having my baby yet. Who told you all of that? Well, I'm assuming you'll say Jessica, but...
That's just it though, so I have no idea what's going on.
She told me not to contact you in any way because of your anxiety.
Huh.
She told me that because of your work and being away from everyone that you'd become extremely stressed and anxious again. She was the one that told me all of that, hence me not contacting you at all. And she even told Mom and Dad not to talk with you.
I'll talk to her about this.
You need to do that. I'm not sure whose kid that is there, but the fact that there even is someone's kid in your house is crazy. Jessica is with you right now, right?
Since today I have the day off, she left me to care for the baby while she went out.
Could you ask and see if she's at your in-laws right now? They might be able to help you out with this.
I'm sorry about everything that happened before. I understand all that's going on now.
I see. What ended up happening? Whose baby is that?
That baby turns out to be my wife's secret baby.
I should have known that from the start. I was starting to get the feeling that that's what happened. I just didn't want to say anything to you at the time.
But I ended up treating you like a jerk and made you second guess everything over here. And because I believed everything Jessica told me about you, I went for so long without ever reaching back out to you.
But I'm in the same boat as you are, so you don't have to be sorry for any of this. But I wish one of us had spoken to the other a lot sooner than this. It must have been tough on you having a baby there that has turned out to have not been mine. Aren't you at least happy you came and contacted me finally?
Jessica was telling me not to worry about any of it. She said that looking after your baby wasn't a problem for her, and she told me to stop blaming you for something you couldn't control. And so that's why I never reached out to you sooner. I was also out of the state a lot for business, and so it was hard for me to fully understand everything that was going on at home. But now being home for the last couple of weeks has shown me what was really going on, and I thought it was all your fault that we had to take care of the baby.
Well, I can understand that when Jessica has been telling you the whole time that it's my baby.
But I chose to believe her. I believed her stupid lies for over 6 months and never once talked to you, but I finally had a break in order to let you know.
And that's why you were so upset about everything then. I was really surprised.
I'm so sorry about that. I just assumed that you already had your baby and everything.
But it's not your fault that she forced you to believe her lies. At least I really haven't had my baby just yet. I want to know how many months has it been now since her baby was born?
Around 7 months now.
What? So this was after you guys got married then?
That's right. It seems that after we got married, she made sure to keep her pregnancy hidden from me.
Hold on though, that's actually really crazy, Keith.
I'm sure I would have noticed her belly getting bigger, but I was never home for a while, and so I never got to see her. That time I was gone was also when she had that baby, I'm sure.
Can she actually get away with that? You're telling me all those times you video called and such you never noticed?
I just assumed she was eating a lot for a while and that she'd gotten a bit fat. And then when I finally got back home, there was a baby here. And she immediately told me it was your baby that you'd left with us, so I believed her. I assumed you were still having troubles of your own mentally, and so I didn't want to bother you.
Jessica really lied about everything then. This was all a part of her plan then, huh?
I know that before we got married, she was cheating on me, and once we had gotten married, she must have noticed she was pregnant. And since she didn't get that big while carrying the baby, she could keep it all a secret while I was gone, until she was finally able to give birth. And I think she just planned to keep this lie going for as long as she could, even if that meant ruining our relationship between you and I.
Well, you can't just let her get away with this, right?
Well, I think her plan is to wait for me to leave on a trip again, and during that time, hand off the baby to one of her family members to take care of, and then act like none of this ever happened.
There's no way she'll be able to do that now though, right? LOL.
I know that, but she has done so well keeping this all a secret from me. I think she'll just continue to play dumb even if I do confront her until the very end. She made it this far, right?
What are you going to do now?
I'm going to divorce her instead. That baby's not mine. It's from the man she cheated on me with. And I'm sure she'll still want me to stay with her. But I know well enough that she'd only want me around for my money. Also, she got you all wrapped up in this mess. I just can't deal with her anymore.
Keith, this is rough.
I'm so sorry that you had to end up in the middle of this, Riley. And me getting that upset with you before was not okay.
You don't have to worry about that. I 100% understand why you'd get that way after what you've explained to me. But I just wish you would have come to me sooner about all of this so that I didn't have to be called a bad mother. LOL.
I'm very sorry for saying that. I really did think you were an idiot for a bit there. But when you're getting closer to having your baby, I feel bad that I had to get you wrapped up in our marriage problems.
There's no need to apologize to me. I'm sure that from now on you'll have a hard road ahead of you. So good luck. Just know that Mom, Dad, and myself are all here for you if you need more support.
Just hearing that from you gives me a lot of confidence. Good luck with your baby, okay? I look forward for the day you have that baby.
And I look forward to you divorcing that crazy woman. Make sure to have fun with it. Just remember you can talk to me anytime now. In the end, Keith was able to divorce Jessica. He was also able to get a settlement from both Jessica and that man she had been with and then proceeded to kick her out of the house. From there, Jessica returned home to her parents' house. If she had never lied to him about the baby in the first place, Keith may have been okay raising that baby with her. But by the time he'd figured out, it was already far too late. Well, she did get me involved in all of it, so I don't blame him for tossing her out. At one point, Keith even brought Jessica to my house and had her get on her knees to beg for my forgiveness. But since then, I'm not sure what has happened with her besides going back to her parents' place. And as for Keith, he's back out of state with work. He looks to be doing well with his work now, and that's good news to me. And back in my home, I was able to finally have my baby, which my brother immediately fell in love with when first coming to see. And he told me right before he had left back out of state that he was no longer talking or listening to Jessica anymore. Thank goodness for that. I was told that your mom is on the verge of death right now. Are you serious? Will she be okay?
Lynn, thank you for texting me about this. I think this is going to be it for my mom soon. Really, it's up to her strength now to gauge whether she'll make it a few more days or only a few more hours. And as for my family, we're all very shocked that her condition became this bad overnight.
So you weren't kidding. Well, that won't cause any issues for my wedding, will it?
Huh?
I've only met with your mom a handful of times while I've been your sister-in-law. So to me, there really isn't anything about her passing that'll bother me. But my wedding is going to be this weekend, right? So her being close to passing away won't cause the wedding any problems, right?
Lynn, what you're talking about right now isn't my biggest concern, okay? Right now, my mom is really in bad shape and things aren't looking good for her. So you saying that her passing won't bother you and talking about how it shouldn't affect your wedding is a bit...
Sorry. I'm a blunt person and I never lie or hide my true feelings. And I just think it'd be a huge shame if what's going on with your mom somehow affected my wedding in a bad way. Actually, her dying right now is a big bother for me.
It's not necessary for you to say things like that right now. And it's not like my mom is wanting to pass away on a day close to your wedding that might cause some issues, so could you stop talking about her like that?
Well, it doesn't matter to me. Just as long as my wedding is the main focus for my family, as it should be. So make sure her death doesn't get in the way of it. Tell her to hang on a little longer until after the wedding's over, and then she can die.
I want her to keep holding on for as long as possible, too. But telling me things like that are not going to change how her condition goes.
Why not?
Why not?
She's your mom, right? You should be able to handle her. So make sure that she stays alive and keeps her dying away from my wedding.
Do you really think I can find a way to keep her alive any longer than she's willing to fight for? There's just no way, Lynn.
I know that. It was just a joke.
Well, that didn't seem like a joke to me, and it's crazy to think that you'd be joking about things like that right now. I'm not having a great time talking to you anymore, Lynn.
Well, just remember to keep things to yourselves for right now so that it doesn't ruin my special day. It's a real pain to have to think about that, so do your best.
How am I supposed to do my best when my mom is dying? And asking for it to not cause any trouble or ruin your wedding? Can't you at least consider my feelings a bit more and say things like that in a nicer way?
Huh? In a nicer way? I'm sorry for your loss.
She hasn't died yet, though. You can stop trying to text me now, okay? I am not able to handle any more of your rude and thoughtless texts now. I'm just not in the mood to put up with you, as I have so many more important things to worry about.
What? What are you going on about now? You're calling me rude now? Calling me rude like that makes you the rude one, for real.
If I have anything else I need to say to you, I'll contact you. Thank you for this short and unfortunate conversation we had. And goodbye. I believe you've already heard the news from Garrett, but today's the day of my mom's funeral, so I won't be making it to your wedding. I'm sorry that I won't be there to see you, but I hope you have a wonderful wedding today.
Huh? You're kidding me, right?
Huh?
What do you think you're doing canceling on my wedding when it's only a couple hours away? This is unthinkable of you.
Huh? What do you mean? You were told all of this by your brother yesterday, weren't you? I even sent you a message the moment she passed to tell you about it.
Well, I never noticed anything from you guys. And why would I have cared then when it had nothing to do with my wedding?
Well, I'm sorry, but that's on you, Lynn. We were kind enough to send you a message warning you, and you never bothered to read them.
Do you think you can just use that poor excuse to get out of coming to my wedding now? There's no freaking way you'd cancel on coming to your younger sister-in-law's wedding like that, right? Are you trying to screw with me now?
I'm not trying to screw with you in any way, okay? I'm sorry that this all happened so close to your wedding, but we told you about this yesterday, so you should have already known to expect this. Just know that I'm not going to make it today, but have a great time on your special day.
Your mom? She's a serious piece of garbage.
What?
That must mean that my brother's not coming now either, right? This is absolutely crazy, but I remember coming to your wedding when you both had one and bringing all sorts of gifts for you two.
I remember you gave us $30 as a wedding gift, right?
This isn't about the amount of money that I gave you.
But you said that like you gave a lot.
Well, I'm not going to forgive you now. You guys canceling on coming to my wedding is a huge problem for me. Who gives a crap that another grandma has died off? Seriously. Canceling on the day of your family's wedding is screwed up. Big time.
You're going to talk to me like that when my mom only just died?
Who cares about your mom? I'm pissed off now because of you. If you feel that you really want to skip my special day, then pay me $10,000 for both your guys' seats.
What? $10,000?
That's what it cost to cancel last minute. If you don't want to pay me that, then get your butt over here.
I am my mom's only daughter, so I will not leave her without a funeral. I need time to say my final goodbyes to her and thank her for all she's done.
Then I'm going to need that $10,000, okay?
Do you think I actually need to pay you that much? Calm down a little bit, Lynn. I myself am getting to the edge of my limits.
Well, I'm just telling you how much it costs to cancel last minute. It's pretty obvious that you're supposed to care more about my wedding than some elderly woman's funeral, right? But if you really want to flake on me, then I want the $10,000 as a cancellation fee. Ha!
Can I pay it directly to your account?
If you do, then I'll forgive you.
All right, then.
Huh? Are you sure? Well, then I'm totally fine with you not coming to my wedding. $10,000 is a huge win. I never thought that I'd actually get you to pay me that much money.
But in return for that, I'm going to be canceling your whole wedding, okay?
Huh?
I may be giving you $10,000, but the cost of your wedding being canceled will be even higher than that. But you'll be able to pay for that, right?
What are you talking about? What does all that mean?
It looks to me like you've forgotten, but the person that planned out and reserved your wedding was me. And I can cancel all that wedding in one simple phone call right now. And the price of that whole wedding is $80,000. So you'll have to pay a large amount of that if the wedding's canceled, right?
Huh? $80,000? What are you going on about? I could never pay that kind of money.
Right? And that's why I assume you'd pay for it with whatever money you'd gotten from the family and your partner. But if you want me to pay you $10,000 right now, that'll come out of the money I planned to give you, and I'll be forced to cancel your wedding. You asked to pick a fight with me, and that right there is my defense.
Huh? Do you actually believe that you can do that?
Well, I was the one that planned and reserved the wedding for you. But if you're going to treat my mom and I the way you have been, then I have no other choice but to take that away, which I was kind enough to help get you. I don't even care if that ends up ruining things with you and your partner. I have a funeral to get to for my very important mom today.
Why do you keep on going on like that? You can't do any of that to me. You will never find a way to cancel my wedding without having my permission first. This is my big moment today. It's your fault for canceling last minute. So, why should my wedding be canceled because of your problems? What did I do to deserve any of that?
You never looked at any of the messages your brother and I sent you and then became pissed off with me when I told you I can't come today because of my mom's funeral. And then you proceeded to make fun of my mother and I, followed by you asking me to pay you a massive fee for not coming. I think I have the right to be extremely upset with you right now, Lynn. I'm the one that just lost the most important woman in my life.
I didn't think you'd get that upset with me, though. But you can't just cancel this wedding on me like that when it's my biggest day.
I can, though.
What?
The whole reason I was so kind in reserving the wedding and preparing it for you is because it's part of my job. And as the one that plans out weddings, I can also cancel them at any time.
Huh? Don't do that crap. Seriously, Sarah. You know that that's a bad decision right there. This is my wedding. Your sister-in-law's wedding.
But you pushed me to my limits, and actually over them. I told you that my mom had passed away yesterday, and that today's her funeral, but you haven't said one thing showing your sympathies for me. Instead, you've just been harassing me because of it, which is wild, because you had met with my mom a few times now, but I guess that wasn't enough for you to feel any sort of remorse after her passing.
Sorry about that. But I didn't mean to be rude to you or anything. I didn't think things would have to come to this with you. Must be tough for you, Sarah. Sorry again for the loss of your mom.
I just remembered now that you already told me that when my mom hadn't even died yet and was still in critical condition.
I did?
And now that I've remembered that, I'm only getting more pissed. You have no right saying that to me a second time now. I am done with you. And all that you've said to me these past few days has all been told to your brother. And he was pissed back then, but now he's furious as well.
Huh? You told my brother? Why would you tell him all that useless stuff? This is something between you and I, so there's no need bringing it up with him.
He's saying that he never wants to be around you again.
Huh? Why the hell is he saying that? My brother would never say something like that about his little sister.
It's the truth. But hey, I've always kind of hated being around you, so this is all perfect. I think that after showing just how rotten to the core you are, we can't be bothered with being your family. And I'm sure that when everyone else hears about this, there will be no problem with me canceling your wedding. Even my husband is saying it's okay for me to do that, all right?
There's no way. Are you seriously telling me that my own brother said things like that? There is no literal way. You're lying. You're just trying to get me to panic now that you have to pay me $10,000. Stop all that childish crap. It's a pain in my butt.
Pain in your butt? Well, if that's what you think. If you think this is all a lie, then why not ask your brother now what he's thinking? Your brother was cared for by my mom very well, and he was like another son to her. He was so close to her that I'm sure his frustrations with you are justified. I mean, when I first showed him what you said a few days ago about my mom, he spit out his drink.
He was that surprised. What did I do to cause that?
You didn't bother to read the atmosphere, instead saying things that only revolved around you and your stupid wedding. And neither of us are willing to be around people as selfish as you anymore. We've gone and told your parents about this as well now.
What? Why are you telling everyone? Are you trying to make rumors spread about me? I just said one or two rude things is all to you. Canceling my wedding because you couldn't take what I said is outrageous. And this isn't just my wedding, but my husband's as well.
Well, if you are so upset over this, then maybe you should have been more careful when speaking with the person that put the whole wedding together for you. I did all of that work, not just as my job, but also because I thought of you as my little sister. You had been wanting to have your wedding for years now at the place I reserved for you. And I had to put in a lot of good words about you to get you a spot for today.
I'm sorry. I guess I was being a bit too rude. So please, Sarah, forgive me for that.
Well, it's too late now to ask me not to cancel it, because even if I don't, it looks like others will do it for me.
Huh? What do you mean this time?
Your parents are fuming right now. My mom only just passed away yesterday, but you made it very clear about how much you don't care about her or I, right? And not just that, but asked me to pay you if I chose to be at my mom's funeral instead of at your wedding. We are all very much done with you, Lynn, and I mean all of us.
But if you were to never have canceled on me, then everyone would be okay with me, right? So that means exactly what I think it means. This is all your fault.
No point in trying to blame me now for this. Everyone has seen how you've acted, and so regardless of me coming to your wedding or not, it was either going to be canceled or sometime down the road your husband would be divorcing you.
Huh?
Well, either way, I'm not going to be around to watch you go down. I'm no longer going to think of you as my family, and I don't have the emotional capacity to worry about a random stranger. And your brother is also cutting ties with you now, so you won't mind me saying bye now, right? Goodbye forever, you piece of garbage. I think you're going to have to pay off all the cancellation fees, okay? In the end, just as I had mentioned to Lynn, all her family sided with me, and I was able to cancel her wedding before she could even show off her dress. And as for her husband, he had seen enough of her. Lynn was then left having to pay the full cancellation fee for the wedding, but was under the impression that she could get me to pay some of it. But of course that wasn't going to fly with me, and so I told her to screw off and deal with it all herself. She continued to try and get my husband and I to help her by calling over and over again. But we were both in the middle of my mom's funeral, so we both chose to block her number. Lynn really did end up being hated by everyone, including her own husband, And not only a week after they had handed in their marriage papers, her husband was filling out papers for divorce. She may still try to blame me and everyone else for this happening to her, but she's the only one having to go through a divorce and pay close to $80,000.